I think in a lot of ways we're all chronically online to some degree. I mean, we live in an age now where, we have the smartphone in our pocket. We have access to the interwebs by the tip of our fingers. That and the fact that the internet has been such an intricate part of, my life growing up. So I'll be the first to admit that there have been times where I have definitely been chronically online, or another way of putting it, just being online just a tad bit too much. But then I learned a very important life skill as I've matured and blossomed: how to touch grass. And this is how you do it. First, not many normal people have to follow step one, but if you're sad, then yeah. First, you've got to be a very sweaty mouth breather. You're just a massive pleb, the whole package of being a cockhead who proper loves it when he throws money at Twitch streamers with an OnlyFans account. He loves it. He's like a seal clapping for fish. These people are so surreal they would trade breathing air, fresh air, oxygen for idiot gratification. Oh my god, thank you for the dono, babe. Here's some bath water. So you get to that level, then you're at step 2. You just gotta get up, lad. Just stop having intenditis, eating where you shit. You know what I mean? Then you just gotta turn around and there's this thing called a door. And for you to open it, you need to find the thing called a knob. And you turn that knob. And then comes the final step. Once you open the door, you're in a place called outside. And what you do is very simple. You just waddle your sad little ass to one of those green patches. And you put your hand on it. And there you go. Well done. You've actually touched some grass. Like, hooray! Way! Here's a parade, you ape. Anyway, all silliness and madness aside, lad, I can't stand being on social media for way too long than I need to be. And because I'm like on YouTube and other social media platforms, I check my emails, I check social media like everyone else. Even down to the simplest of things, like WhatsApp messages from family and friends, or me Discord server if I want to go goof around with me followers on there, trading memes and jokes and stuff. But besides all that, it does get to a point where I get so sick of screens that I have to tell myself I have to put the screen down. And that attitude kicks in depending on the time and place. But this especially applies to mood. Like, I could be on a beach somewhere with sand beneath me feet, and there is no way I would want to look up anything on my phone. I mean, why would I? I mean, it's association, you know what I mean? And I can't be arsed with it, like, in that moment. Like, I'm trying to get out the house for a bit and do something that doesn't involve work. For goodness sake. I mean, I'm trying to take a break from all the noise, Which reminds me, I remember going on a night out one day, and there was this one time where, believe it or not, I bought myself a flip phone from like the early 2000s, like a Nokia or something. It was basically just for emergencies only and just to get away from social media. That and everyone in my circle would be like, what the fuck have you got there? What are those? And they got their like iPhones and Samsungs and Androids, etc. And they had their jokes. Can't afford a phone, blah, and all that. It was all good fun. But in the end, I just ended up giving up the flip phone because it was only a matter of time before I had like no choice but to start bringing my smartphone out with me. Because at the end of the day, the smartphone just has the ability to not make things complicated, Like if I need an Uber, boom. If I need Google Maps or GPS, boom. And especially this, when shit gets complicated, boom, done, sorted. And oh my god, I cannot tell you how many times I would have been so fucked if I didn't have me smartphone on me. Because if I'm in awkward situations where I need one, but I didn't have one, I'd look like such a wet wipe. Just like the biggest melt dumbass ever. No one wants to be that bonehead with a thumb up his ass being all like, oh, duh, what do I do, duh? So if I had to suck it up and look at a screen just to save me the embarrassment, then I'll take that every single time. And you know what? Just for funzos and goofs, I'll tell you a little tale about a little story like about how I went to touch grass once again, and it almost went like horribly wrong in a place called Manchester, I think. I don't know if you've heard of it. Me neither. But anyway, side note, this is why I always buy physical train tickets and never digital ones through the phone. So the story goes like this. I was going to see a family member in Manchester who was attending Manchester Uni at the time. It was the beginning of year one, first year, so it was basically party season, and that's what I was invited for. You know, having a few bevies, chasers, and talking to all the chicky babes, that sort of thing. It was a good time. But what wasn't a good time was entering Piccadilly and coming out. The phone app that I used to pay for the ticket was playing up so bad that I had to end up paying for a new return ticket. It was absolute bullshit. Like, I just about got it to work to get me in, but when I had to go back home, I had to fork out for a new ticket, and I had to do it quickly because the train was about to fucking leave. Using that app to purchase any train ticket was a big mistake on my part, and that's why I've always got physical tickets since. But without my phone, I would have never been able to correct those mistakes on the fly when I needed to at that moment. Without it, I would have been screwed. So basically, it was a very stupid and embarrassing emergency on my part. But yeah, it was fucking bullshit, lad. It just goes to show you, no matter how much you want to touch grass, that small computer that we call a smartphone has cemented itself to being essential for travel and convenient for unpredictable circumstances. But besides all that, the only small catch that's obvious is you just end up right back on the internet again. You know, doing the exact opposite of touching grass. And I'm forced to go on my phone for bullshit, you know. Circumstances like that just make it hard to disconnect online. And it's defo the same thing with a PC. Like, lad, you really don't need someone like me to tell you that. I mean, you got your softwares on it, your memorabilia on it. In my case, stuff to make videos with, to do live streams on, and so on and so on. One more thing I'll touch on before I take me leave. There are times where I've just gotten so burnt out with the online world that I would just turn off all the electronics and just get off the grid, especially during the evenings before I go to bed, where all I want to do is just enjoy some silence with a drink or two and just be in my own private world, so to speak. Because what I come to find out personally, if you are chronically online enough, there is just some things online that just piss me off so much that it makes me want to touch grass even more. Like, there's some corners of the internet, and this is especially when it's political, that are so stupid, brain dead and cringe that I wouldn't put it past them if those people in particular were always online. Anyway, I'm just gabbing on. Before I take me leave, what do you lot think about the topic of being chronically online? Tell me in the comments below, or join me Discord in the script. Anyway, take care. See you later. It's been a pleasure. Tra.